Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
जय श्री
Hare
कृष्ण चैतन्य
Ram,
प्रभु
Hare
नित्यानंद
Ram,
श्री
Ram
अद्वैत
Ram.
गदाधर श्रील गौरव प्रभुंदा हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
राम हरे
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री
Hare
अद्वैत
Krishna,
गदाधर
Hare
श्रील गौरव
Krishna,
प्रभुंदा हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare.
हरे राम हरे
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Ram Ram.
हरे राम हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare.
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे 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 राम
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram Ram.
कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram, Ram
हरे
Ram.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare Ram, Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram, Ram
राम
Ram.
हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Ram Ram.
राम हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम हरे हरे
Hare Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram.
हरे राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Ram.
हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram, Ram Ram.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram, Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare.
कृष्ण
Hare Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
हरे
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Hare Ram
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 Ram.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Chaitanya Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gauratta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Allah don't diya on dal se Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. Before beginning, let us read this Japa quote by Srila Prabhupada. Lavanya, can you please read?
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam. A Vaishnava bestows the priceless gift of the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simply by chanting this mantra, one can remain in a liberated state. Krishna Consciousness, the Matchless Gift, Chapter 7 by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Lavanya. Yes. So, priceless gift. What is that priceless gift? Maha Mantra. What is that Maha Mantra? Hare Krishna Mantra. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. Hare Nama Sankirtanam. Simply by chanting this Maha Mantra, one can remain in a liberated state. So it's a clapping movement for every day, every minute. It's a clapping movement. When we do japa, we are acting on the Shuddha Sattva platform, right? Because this Maha Mantra is directly with Krishna. So there is no difference between his holy name, and his form. Both are identical. So we are acting on the platform of Shuddha Sattva platform. That means liberated state. That's the meaning actually. So beyond the three modes of material nature, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And see, this is a matchless gift. So Prabhupada, when he started in New York, the first center of ISKCON, 1966, he kept that name to attract Westerners. The matchless gift, priceless, because this is ultimate actually. We are all practicing Bhakti Yoga. Priceless. We possess the priceless gifts from Lord and Guru Parampara to chant the holy names of the Lord. Thank you so much again. So let us begin with the Mangalacharana prayers and regular reading. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Excuse me. Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 4. You all know the title, appearance of Lord Sri Chaitanya, the reasons, confidential reasons. So we are in for 66th verse. So let me read this. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The condition of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, in which the Supreme Personality of God is revealed without any covering, is called Vasudeva. In that pure state, the Supreme Godhead, who is beyond the material senses and who is known as Vasudeva, is perceived by my mind. Purport. This text from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 3rd chapter, 23rd verse, spoken by Lord Shiva when he condemned Daksha, the father of Sati, as an opponent of Vishnu, confirms beyond a doubt that Lord Krishna, his name, his fame, his qualities, and everything in connection with his paraphernalia exist in the Sandhini Shakti of the Lord's internal potency. See, all the chanting of the holy names, everything comes under internal potency because there is no difference. That's the meaning. So, yeah.
Ji, so Daksha is like Mahajan, right? So Daksha is above that.
Daksha is not a Mahajan, right? Daksha is not a Mahajan.
No. The position is Daksha is above that Mahajana, or how it works, Prabhuji?
What, Prabhu?
The position of Daksha is it comes on which level, Prabhuji?
I'm not sure, Prabhuji. Which level means he is not one of the Daksha. This Lord Shiva is one of the Mahajan. No, is not in that category, Prabhu.
Okay, but actually his position, Prabhuji, is Daksha is any position for him, or only just a father of Parvati, Sati?
I am not sure, Prabhu. Is anybody knows anything? Can you share? I don't know exactly this is a position or.
Daksha is like I think when the story came about Manu and then creating progeny. So Daksha, I think, is son of Manu, I think, who so initially like Brahma created 4 Kumaras, but who refused to create progeny and wanted to meditate upon Lord Vishnu. So then and then later then he created the Manus. And that's what I remember in Srimad Bhagavatam also. One of the Prajapatis, the agents of creation. Yeah. So Daksha is one of the Prajapatis, the agents of creation. He was, yeah. So that is what is his position. And there is no great position. It's just that he is one of the agents of creation. He was given that task of creating progeny by Brahma.
Okay, Mata.
Yes.
Mind-born son of Brahma and a king. He had many daughters. So his basically this thing was creating progeny and then furthering the cycle of the creation. That was his role.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mata. You can read now. Next.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The essence of the Samvit potency is knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. All other kinds of knowledge, such as the knowledge of Brahman, are its components. Purport. The activities of Samvit Shakti produce the effect of cognition. Both the Lord and the living entities are cognizant. Sri Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has full knowledge of everything, everywhere, and therefore there are no hindrances to his cognition. He can have knowledge merely by glancing over an object, whereas innumerable impediments block the cognition of ordinary living beings. You understand what is cognition, right? Cognition means anything with like knowledge or by thinking, by logical contemplation. Just checking what it is. Cognition is term referring to mental processes involved in gaining knowledge and comprehension. So that is cognition. The cognition of the living beings has 3 divisions: direct knowledge, indirect knowledge, and perverted knowledge. Sense perception of material objects by the mundane senses such as the eye, ear, nose, and hand always produce definitely perverted knowledge. This illusion is a presentation of the material energy which is influenced by the Samvit Shakti in a perverted manner. Negative cognition of an object beyond the reach of sense perception is a way of indirect knowledge, which is not altogether imperfect, but which produces only fragmentary knowledge in the form of impersonal spiritual realization and monism. But when the Samvit factor of cognition is enlightened by the Hladini potency of the same internal energy, they work together, and only thus can one attain knowledge of the personality of Godhead. The Samvit Shakti should be maintained in that state. Material knowledge and indirect spiritual knowledge are byproducts of the Samvit Shakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mata, yes. Through the mind, right? The impediments block the art cognition. Cognition means the basically process by which, as per the dictionary meaning I'm reading, Mataji, the process by which knowledge and understanding is developed in the mind. So three ways of three divisions
by which knowledge can be acquired. So one is direct knowledge, indirect knowledge, and perverted knowledge.
All the sense perceptions through perverted reflection, perverted knowledge, mundane.
Yes.
Right, thank you, Mataji. Yes. Yeah, Samyukta Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The essence of the Hladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is emotion, bhava, and the ultimate development of emotion is mahabhava. The product of the Hladini Shakti is love of Godhead, which has two divisions, namely pure love of Godhead and adulterated love of Godhead. Only when the Hladini Shakti emanates from Sri Krishna and is bestowed upon the living beings to attract him does the living being become a pure lover of God. But when the same Hladini Shakti is adulterated by the external material energy and emanates from the living being, it does not attract Krishna. On the contrary, the living being becomes attracted by the glamour of the material energy. At that time, instead of becoming mad with love of Godhead, the living being becomes mad after material sense enjoyment. And because of his association with the qualitative modes of material nature, he is captivated by its interactions of distressful, unhappy feelings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Simple. Pure love and lust, sense gratification. That's why we are in material world. Sense gratification, lustly desires. We wanted to enjoy just like Krishna, proprietor, enjoyer, and controller. This is what the beauty of Prabhupada purpose. He writes always. Thank you. Yes, Sandhya Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Radha Thakurani is the embodiment of Mahabhava. She is the repository of all good qualities and the crest jewel among all the lovely concerts of Lord Krishna. Purport: the unadulterated action of the Hladini Shakti is displayed in the dealings of the damsels of Raja and Srimati Radharani, who is the topmost participant in the transcendental group. The essence of the Hladini Shakti is love of Godhead. The essence of love of Godhead is bhava or transcendental sentiment, and the highest pitch of that bhava is called Mahabhava. Srimati Radharani is the personified embodiment of these three aspects of transcendental consciousness. She is therefore the highest principle in love of Godhead and is supreme lovable object of Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lavanya, want to read? Okay. Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes. Translation of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravalli, Srimati Radharani is the superior in all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava and she surpasses all in good qualities. Purport. This is a quotation from the Sri Rupa Goswami. Ujjwala Nilamani Radha Prakarana 3. Translation.
Yes, read, yes.
Her mind, senses, and body are steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy. Steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy, and she helps him in his pastimes. Purport. Srimati Radharani is fully spiritual as Krishna. No one should consider her to be material. She is definitely not like conditioned souls. We have material bodies, grass and settle, covered by material senses. She is all spiritual, and both her body and her mind are of the same spiritual embodiment. Because her body is spiritual, her senses are also spiritual. Thus, her body, mind, senses a fully shine of love of Krishna. She is personified Haladini Shakti, the pleasure-giving energy of the Lord's internal potency, and therefore she is only source of enjoyment for Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna cannot enjoy anything that is eternally different from him. Therefore, Radha, internally different from him. Therefore, Radha and Sri Krishna are identical. The Sandhini portion of Sri Krishna's internal potency has manifested the all attractive from Sri Krishna, and the same internal potency in the Haladini feature has presented Srimati Radharani, who is the attraction for all attractive. No one can match Srimati Radharani in the transcendental pastimes of Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna.
See, there's one word is there. As presented Srimati Radharani, who is the attraction for all attractive. Krishna is all attractive. The name itself says all attractive. But Radharani attracts Krishna. There is one word is that.
Madana Mohana Mohini.
Yes. It's there, yeah. Madana Mohana Mohini. Krishna mohisadu with her qualities, with her devotion. Yeah, thank you. You want to read Lavanya, this one?
Yeah.
This is in Brahma Samhita prayer. Yes. It's from here. Sloka also read it. Are you able to read?
Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita Stabirya Eva Nija Rupadaya Kalabi Goloka Eva Nijasasti Akilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency, Hladini. Their companions and her confidants who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual rasa. The text is from Brahma Samhita 5.37.
So remember, Prabhuji and Mataji's, always remember. We are originally from Goloka Vrindavan, spiritual planets. Goloka Eva. This is saying, who is saying this one? Can anybody anybody says who is praying these prayers?
Brahma.
Brahma is the first created living being, the first secondary creator we call. He comes from abdominal, navel part of Krishna. So he is saying this one. That's where we are all come from, spiritual world. Our original place is Goloka Eva Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuta, all living entities. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Remember that. Yeah. Aryan Prabhu or Praveen Prabhu, both of you can.
Now please listen to how Lord Krishna's concerts help him taste rasa and how they help in his pastimes. The beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds: the goddesses of fortune, the queens, and the milkmaids of Raja, or the foremost of all. These consorts all proceed from Radhika.
Just as the fountainhead Lord Krishna is the cause of all incarnations, so Sri Radha is the cause of all these consorts. The goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image.
This means everything come from Radhika only. All the, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi also, queens of Dwaraka. So portion. Yes, Prabhu.
The goddesses of fortune are her plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhava Vilasa. The queens are of the nature of her Vaibhika Prakasa.
Yeah, we got this point. Yes.
The Vraja Devis have diverse bodily features. They are her expansions and are the instruments for expanding rasa. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastime.
Your Nana read. Yes.
Among them are various groups of consorts in Braja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa, dance, and other pastime. As already explained, Krishna and Radha are one in two. They are identical. Krishna expands himself in multi-incarnations and plenary portions like the Purushas. Similarly, Srimati Radharani expands herself in multi-forms as the goddess of fortune, the queens and the damsels of Brija. Such expansions from Srimati Radharani are all her plenary portion. All these womanly forms of Krishna are expansions corresponding to his plenary expansions of Vishnu forms. These expansions have been compared to reflected forms of the original form. There is no difference between the original form and the reflected forms. The female reflection of Krishna pleasure potency are as good as Krishna himself. The plenary expansions of Krishna's personality are called Bhaiva, Bhaiva Vilasa and Bhaiva Prakasha. And Radha's expansions are similarly described. The goddess of fortune are her Bhaiva Vilasa forms and the queens of her Bhaiva Prakasha forms. The personal associate of Radha Rani, the damsel of Braja, are direct expansion of her body as expansion of her personal form and transcendental disposition. They are agents of different reciprocations of love in the pastime of Lord Krishna under the supreme direction of Srimati Radharani. In the transcendental realm, enjoyment is fully relished in variety. The exuberance of transcendental mellows is increased by the association of a large number of personalities similar to Radharani, who are also known as gopis or sakhis. The variety of innumerable mistresses is a source of relish for Sri Krishna, and therefore these expansions from Srimati Radharani are necessary for enhancing the pleasure potential of Sri Krishna. Their transcendental exchanges of love are the super excellent affairs of the pastimes in Vrindavana. By these expansions of Srimati Radharani personal body, she helps Lord Krishna taste the rasa, dance, and other similar activities. Srimati Radharani being our central petal of the Rasa Leela flower is also known by the names found in the following verses. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Akincham Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Text 4.82 translation. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also enchantress of Govinda. She is the be all and end all of Govinda and the crystal of all his consorts. 4.8 translation. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddess of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. But this text is from Brihad Gautamiya Tantra. Devi means resplendent and most beautiful, or else it means the lovely abode of the worship and love sports of Lord Krishna.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Devi kahi Dyotamana Parama Sundari Kimva Krishna Puja Kridara Vasati Nagari. Wow. Very, very beautiful. I will duplicate this. Later I want to meditate upon that. Yes. Yeah. Yes, read Prabhu, this one also read.
Krishnamai means one who within and without are Lord Krishna. She sees Lord Krishna wherever she casts her glance.
Another beautiful. Krishnamai Krishnayara Bhitare Bahire Yanha Yanha Netra Pade Tanha Krishna Spure. Hari Bol. Nice. Read Prabhu.
Translation or Krishnamai means that she is identical with Lord Krishna, for she embodies the mellows of the love. The energy of Lord Krishna is identical with him. But Krishnamai has two different imports. First, a person who always thinks of Krishna, both within and without, and who always remembers only Krishna. Wherever he goes or whatever he sees, he is called Krishnamai. Also, since Krishna personality is full of love, his loving potency, Radharani, being non-different from him, is called Krishnamai.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Kimva prema rasamaya Krishnera swarupa tanra shakti tanra saha haya eka rupa. Very good. Very nice. Okay. So now let me read, Prabhu.
And there is one song also, like Krishna Mai Radha.
Very good. Krishna
Related to everything is Krishna is Radha.
There is one more song, Krishna Prema, Krishna Deva Bhajantam Vande. That is also I am remembering. Yes.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
In Krishna Mai Radha, everything is related to this verse.
Radharani is okay.
This is everything.
Yeah. Let me read this. Krishna Vancha Purti Rupa Kare Aradhane Ateva Radhika Nama Purana Vakane. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Her worship, Aradhana, consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. Purport. The name Radha is derived from the root word Aradhana, which means worship. The personality who excels all in worshipping Krishna may therefore be called Radhika, the greatest servitor. Yeah, let us read a few more verses. Mataji, you can read, Deepa Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. Truly the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by her. Therefore, Lord Govinda, being pleased, has brought her to a lonely spot, leaving us all behind. Purport. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.30.28.
Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Therefore, Radha is Paramadevata, the supreme goddess, and she is worshipable for everyone. She is the protectress of all, and she is the mother of the entire universe. I have already explained the meaning of Sarva Lakshmi. Radha is the original source of all the goddesses of fortune. Or Sarva Lakshmi indicates that she fully represents the 6 opulences of Krishna. Therefore, she is the supreme energy of Lord Krishna. The word Sarva Kanti indicates that all beauty and luster rests in her body. All the Lakshmis derive their beauty from her. Kanti may also mean all the desires of Lord Krishna. All the desires of Lord Krishna rest in Srimati Radharani.
Samyukta Mother, you can read someone else.
Yes, Prabhuji. Srimati Radhika fulfills all the desires of Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of Sarvakanti.
Kanti. I think Kanti, right? Kanti. Okay.
Kanti. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Lord Krishna enchants the world, but Sri Radha enchants even him. Therefore, she is the supreme goddess of all. Sri Radha is the full power and Lord Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are not different, as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. They are indeed the same, just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or as fire and its heat are non-different.
Both are inseparable, Radha and Krishna.
Thus Radha and Lord Krishna are one, yet they have taken two forms to enjoy the mellows of pastimes. To promulgate Prema Bhakti, devotional service in love of Godhead, Krishna appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya with the mood and complexion of Sri Radha. Thus, I have explained the meaning of the 5th verse. To explain the 6th verse, I shall first give a hint of its meaning.
Read, yes.
Okay, Prabhuji. The Lord came to propagate Sankirtana. That is an external purpose, as I have already indicated.
Yeah, Sandhya Mata, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is a principal cause for Lord Krishna's appearance. It grows from his own engagements as the foremost enjoyer of loving exchanges. Translation: that most confidential cause is threefold. Swarupa Damodara has revealed it. Translation: Swarupa Goswami is the most intimate associate of the Lord. He therefore knows all these topics well. Purport: prior to the Lord's acceptance of the renounced order, Purushottama Bhattacharya, a resident of Navadvipa, desired to enter the renounced order of life. Therefore, he left home and went to Benares, where he accepted the position of Brahmacharya from a Mayavadi sannyasi. When he became a brahmachari, he was given the name Sri Damodara Swarupa. He left Benares shortly thereafter without taking sannyasa, and he came to Nilachala, Jagannathapuri, where Lord Chaitanya was staying. He met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there and dedicated his life for the service of the Lord. He became Lord Chaitanya's secretary and constant companion. He used it to enhance the pleasure potency of the Lord by singing appropriate songs, which were very much appreciated. Swarupa Damodara could understand the secret mission of Lord Chaitanya, and it was by his grace only that all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya could know the real purpose of the Lord. Swarupa Damodara has been identified as Lalita Devi, the second expansion of Radharani. However, text 160 of Kavi Karnapura's authoritative Gaura Ganodhesha Deepika describes Swarupa Damodara as the same Vishaka Devi who serves the Lord in Golaka Vrindavana. Therefore, it is to be understood that Sri Swarupa Damodara is a direct expansion of Radharani, who helps the Lord experience the attitude of Radharani. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you. He's very confidential associate of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar.
Is Lalita Devi or Vishaka Devi? Both are what, Prabhuji? What does it say?
What is saying? Read again. Yes. Swarup Damodar has been identified Lalita Devi, the second explanation rather than. However, the text 160, Kavi Karnapura, the same Vishaka Devi who serves the Lord in Golok Vrindavan. Therefore, it is to be understood direct explanation rather than. I mean, in other, however,
Text 160.
describes Swarup Damodar as the same Vishaka Devi who serves the Lord in Golok Vrindavan. We'll clarify, Prabhu. Okay. But for now, just I understand that the direct expansion of Radharani in helping lords. He's a confidential associate of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But let us clarify this point. Okay. We'll read one more and close. You want to read Lavanya? Haribol? Otherwise, we'll conclude here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhujis and Matajis. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhayavacha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Reading ki jai. Atai Gaura Hari Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you. Have a happy Krishna conscious day. See you all tomorrow. Narav Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.